Right, Villarreal has been in abysmal form. Them winning Barcelona was abysmal to Barcelona, and Xavi is sacked. This is the formation and tactics they use in winning Barcelona. That's very, very, very crazy. Either way, this is the 4-4-2 formation actually. So we are going to change the formation into 4-4-2 formations at this point. It's more like the 4-4-2 flat or 4-4-2 holding formation, but we're going to go with flat actually. So Solot and Bena was on the left hand side. Pino didn't play. We had Moreno on the left back. So Parejo wasn't in the match as well. We have Coquelin in the middle. Capoe didn't play as well, or he didn't start. Let me not say he didn't play. Morales came into the match later on. So we have Coquelin in there. We have Moreno on the left hand side. So we have yes, we have Moreno on the left hand side. Foyt didn't play as well. We have Kiko Menia, and then Cuenca. Cuenca was in the middle with Eric Bailey. So we have Eric Bailey in here. Then their keeper was Jorgensen. Foyt didn't play, so he was substituted and brought in Kiko Femina. Yes, right back Kiko Femina. And then in the middle, we had Parejo. Sorry, we had Coquelin and Santi Comesania. That is just amazing. That name, Comesana. Either ways, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well, but yes, this is the formation they use. We have Bena at the left hand side, and then we have Akomak. Akomak was on the right hand side, so I'm guessing he is in the reserves. Right, so Elias Akomak is in here. I couldn't find him for some time, but either way, so we started with Solot and Moreno on the front. Then we have Coquelin and Comesana in the center defensive midfield position. We have Bena and Elias on the right and left wing. Bailey and Cuenca in the middle. Moreno and Femenia on the left wing backs or left backs and right backs. That's crazy. 4-4-2 formation. It's very, very insane. Like how they even played. I'm going to show you on my screen how they even played. All right. So this is the movement of Villarreal in the match. How they shocked Barcelona actually. Now you can see the movement of Alexander Salot, who has been in great form. Him and Gerard Moreno really, really paired well in the match. You can see the movement of Alex Banya. You can see the movement of Coquelin. You can see the movement of Santi Cosmania. Comexana. Jesus Christ. Okay. What kind of names are these? And you can see Amokachi, this movement. Alberto Moreno, we all know, we are familiar with his movement as well. Cuenca, Bailey, and Kiko Femenia. Now, this is how they moved in the match. Now, let me show you how they played because, yeah, the movement is really, really vital. Like, showing you everything here is really, really vital. So, if I show you how they play, you understand what I'm saying. So, yeah, you can see Alexander Solot here. Once their movements or how they play in the match, so you can see him here moving up even with Gerard Moreno. Now, none of them are the strikers. None of them are the main strikers in the game, actually. They are pairing up really well. Coquelin and Sant Comesana are staying in the middle, not moving. Alex Bena and Amoka are Comac. Jesus Christ. Okay. Alex Bena and Akomak are moving up in the midfield. Actually, they are going into the midfield, like playing like a number 10 role. So, like basically, two of them are in the number 10 role, actually, but they are also playing the wing sides. This number 10 role is when they're attacking, actually, and then Alexander Solot is more like the target man. He could stay in the number 10 role and he could also go up front as well, using Gerard Moreno as decoy. Probably they always play to his strength. So, like, if he knocks the ball down, gives to Gerard Moreno. If he's nodding the ball in the box. He gives it to Gerard Moreno. Like they're just playing to his strength, basically. So it's like a target man in here. And then you can see Alberto Moreno moving into the midfield to help the three midfielders or the four midfielders actually. And then Kiko Femena doesn't really move at all. He's more like inverted. Actually, he just moves when he's about to move or when he's allowed to move rather. And then we can see Bailey and Cuenca, the left right positions actually. So now this is the ball here. The keeper gives the ball. So this is how Villarreal attacked. So this is the ball here. Keeper normally launches the ball to the midfield or to Comesana, but basically he launches the ball to Solot. Now Solot basically he can't just give the ball to Moreno because almost obviously they are marking him. He can't win all the headers, so like mostly the ball fall back to the midfield, and then it falls back to the midfield to one of these two, him or Comac actually, and then they play together actually. So they play together with each other, and when they play together with each other, they try to find Alexander Solot. Now, mark my words, I said every ball was to Solot. They play to his strength, making these guys go into the box from the wing sides, making each of them go into the box from the wing sides. And then Solot can give Moreno the ball, and then Moreno fires. I think this is like their first goal in the match. They did this thing like twice in scoring Barcelona. Solot did it twice. So, like I said again, the keeper can give the ball again into the midfield to Coquelin. Coquelin is more like a CDM, and this guy Santi Comensana is more like a ball playing CDM actually. So, or is a center defensive center midfielder actually. So he can just give it to any of them, spreading them wide, actually falling back to their positions. Sorry, now they fall back to their positions, and then now Comensana can give the ball to any of them wide. A Comac, and then he can play with Gerard Moreno. Gerard Moreno finding Alexander Solot again, and then Solot is a very very good finisher. Solot moves into the box really really well, like from the wings, or sorry, from the wings actually, or from the 18-yard box, moves into the box. Basically, now everybody's eyes is on Solot. That's why Solot is used as a decoy, and they play to his strength. So like giving the ball to Alexander Solot now, any of these two can come into the midfield, basically. And these two guys here, they don't really move, because if they move, the defense is finished. This guy knows how to overlap. He has the strength to do that, but he wasn't really, really doing that in the match because Barca was like more of the possession. They had more of the possession, so they had to actually keep to their positions actually. So he wasn't moving really, really well in the match like that. These three or these four in front, they are the ones playing the whole thing in the match, like for the whole attack. So if Solo gets the ball again, obviously Moreno has to be in the box, or somebody is in the box actually, and then he can pass the ball again into sorry, he can pass the ball again into Moreno, and then Moreno can play the ball actually into the box or into the net actually. So it depends on how you see the match. It depends on how you watch the match, because yeah. And let's go to their defenses now. So like if they're falling deep, Moreno comes into the midfield very very deep. Comac, Alex Benya comes in. Moreno goes back. Kiko Femenia closes in with Bailey. Now they close everywhere tight because these guys too are coming in as well. Coquelin and Comesana. You can see the movement or the directions from the beginning. Like I said, from the beginning, you can see their movements here. Everybody is coming back except these two people. So like if you can see the movement as they are coming back, then you know what I'm talking about. So for their defense now, or for their defense, Jesus Christ, for their defense actually. So everybody's coming back, including Alexander Solot, but it doesn't really come back as much. Gerard Moreno too is coming down to the midfield, but yeah, they don't cross this line. Two of them are the main strikers in the game. So yeah, this is how they played basically. They didn't really use their set pieces as well. But this guy was winning a lot of headers. Alexander Solot, he was winning a lot of headers in the game, actually, to create chances for Villarreal. But despite the fact that Barcelona had a lot of chances and they had a lot of possession in the game, so these guys, they kept their positions very very well. Everybody's playing with their positions very very well. So it's very very hard for Barcelona to beat this whole midfield and then beat the whole defense. I think that's why Barcelona lost. And then they were brilliant with the attack, using Solot as a decoy or more as a target man up front. Actually, you can see the whole thing here. I'm just going to play it here. So basically, you can see Solot and Moreno running up front, and then the ball goes to Solot. Bang, bang. Acomax get the ball. They play in the midfield together, including with Coquelin as well. Solot gets the ball and gives it to Moreno. Moreno has a very, very good left foot, shooting the ball into the back of the net. And you can see the ball again to Coquelin. Coquelin plays with his midfielder, Santi Cosmena, or Comesana actually. Comesana gives the ball to Acomac. Acomac gives the ball to Solot, or finding Moreno again. They all find Solot at the end. And I don't think he actually took a shot in that match because, yeah, that was their tactic plan. Solot as a decoy. Solot as a decoy. I'm going to name it as that. Solot as a decoy striker, actually. So two of them are not mainly the top strikers, but they were just playing together, actually. So, yes, back to FIFA now. So that way it's back to FIFA now. So you can see the defensive style was balanced. They are holding their formation, like they are holding their positions rather. And then their team width wasn't really, really wide because yeah, they didn't really have like a lot of wingers or that kind of wingers to be playing a wide kind of game. The depth was quite balanced as well. So but it was quite high because yeah, they had to press Barcelona and getting the ball as well. Because if you don't press Barcelona, you're not going to get the ball. Either way, build-up play was balanced as well. Chances creation was more like forward runs. And then attacking as well. It was on the 60 side of the possession or of the map. Then we have players in the box. We have like three. We have corners. We have like three. We have free kicks. We have like three. Bear in mind that they are actually just holding their positions this time because they don't want to concede. They have been in a missile form. I've told you, their form is horrible. Then the instructions. Now, Solot was more like a target player, right? And he was giving them supporting runs. So he wasn't staying central. He was drifting wide as well. He's quite fast. Moreno, on the other hand, was drifting wide, but he was even coming to the center. So he's not a target player. He was getting in behind. He was more like a false nine, but he was getting in behind actually. Then we have Ilias coming in, cutting in actually. So he wasn't. I won't say he was getting in behind. So I will make him like coming short for the ball. So he wasn't staying wide. He was cutting inside as well. Him and Benia was cutting inside. They were going into the number 10 row. Coquelin and Comensa, they were doing their normal default settings. They're staying in the middle of the park actually, so they are not moving actually here, and with Bailey and Cuenca, because yeah, that's their formation. They have to keep possession. Moreno was the only one attacking, going up, joining the attack. He was overlapping as well, and then Firmino on the other hand wasn't doing anything like that, or he was like a missed attack and he was not really joining the attack like that. So I'm going to give him like a balanced attack, or better still, he was inverted. I won't say he was inverted, he was doing like a missed attack, so it's still quite a default setting actually. So yes, this is how they played Barcelona. It's crazy actually, man.